94.9 HOM, Mike and Anna on the HOM Morning Show here, and we have a special guest in studio, and his name is Matt Delamater. Matt, welcome to the studio.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me. This is such a treat. This is awesome.
It's a treat for you to be here. You have an interesting story. So you're a local actor, and now you've been cast on an NBC TV show.
Yes, crazy enough, they let a Mainer in the room. You know, the show is called American Odyssey. It premiered this last Sunday night on NBC at 10 o'clock. You know, so most people watched it, on Hulu, I think, or after 10 o'clock on a Sunday. That's tough, it's like a late Red Sox game. But it was cool. Being from Maine, we're actually really fortunate, frankly, to have some wonderful acting opportunities. I got this one out of Boston, actually. The show, the pilot of the show was shot in Boston out of the gate, and so that's kind of how I heard about it, and went down for a small role, and I had a beard and long hair. That was the the criteria. So it was okay. Cool. At least you got that covered in the room. And went in and got called back, and the role worked out. And then when it got picked up in May, they kind of greenlit the full season, and so they brought me back for a couple episodes. So,
wow.
So yeah, cool. So I'm in 2 episodes. That's the pilot, and this next one. So I'm a little you'll see a little bit more of my crazy beard and hair in this next one, I think. So
the sweater was pretty fabulous.
But it was really fortunate to be a part of a really wonderful production team.
And the guy who created the show had something to do with, if not, was the creator of Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, Peter Horton, wonderful actor actually, and writer and director. And so he was part of the pilot of Grey's Anatomy, and Adam Armis, Kay Foster were part of The Following. So they had some really kind of heavy hitters on the production side. This was kind of their baby. They kind of, I guess, had this for some time, and so they were just so excited. Peter Horton was the director I worked with. They brought in some other directors, as is typical on TV shows, for the later episodes, and he went back to producing. But just so excited, so pumped to tell the story that they've been working on. And so I was really lucky and fortunate that I got to kind of roll along with that momentum, and I got to get some extra scenes, and just was a really cool experience. And then I was just really pumped and fortunate that they wanted me back.
Was there sort of a takeaway when you kind of got behind the curtain, like, wow, I didn't realize that's how it happens on TV?
It was a lot of the same things kind of magnified. When you see it at that level, there's so many people a part of a process like that. So many, not just actors and performers, but crew and, technical people, and they almost run the show. You come in last.
You're just the talent.
You're just the talent. And then there's, kind of like there's talent amongst talent. And so my biggest takeaway from that process was like, when you're ever in that situation, it's just like, listen, breathe, and just don't drop the ball when they give it to you.
I think you just answered my next question, which was going to be, what advice do you have for aspiring actors? But I think you just nailed it right there.
Remember that there's luck involved. I mean, there's so many wonderful actors in this community. I mean, there's folks working on HBO shows. There's folks doing incredible work on stage, way better than I could ever be. So you can't make a casting director pick you. You can only make the decision. I think Bryan Cranston, I watched an interview with him, and it's always stuck with me, where he just said, like, look, you make your choices in the room and you leave them there, and you hope for the best, because you can't control it. So I just try to keep my attitude right and hope they like me,
Well said.
It's my favorite.
And when you're big old super famous, you remember what radio station helped give you the publicity when you got started.
I've been listening to this radio station, I think, since I was 10 years old, so 94.9 is my spot.
Matt, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Have a good one.